Okay, so I thought I would take the time to explain exactly why I'm tearing apart the Black Widow. I got a lot of questions asking me, basically, why are you tearing apart the car when it was perfectly okay? To explain a little bit, the Black Widow is documented as having 36,000 miles. I have all the documentation for that. So it's 36,000 miles, basically all original car. Never been in an accident. So the car is in perfect shape. And I realized that when I took the heater box out, and the heater box was actually like just a little bit dusty, but the heater box looks brand new. I took the wiring harness out. The wiring harness looks basically brand new except for, the insulation and the wrapping was coming off a little bit. But the wires are still flexible and pliable and everything. So I believe that it's 36,000 mile Foxbody. Now to explain exactly why I'm doing it, well, for instance, for myself, I want to make the car more modern, if you will. And what do I mean by modern? Well, what I mean by modern is like no more like vacuum assist, right? So as you know, before I had a B303 cam in it. And because of that, I had to upgrade to a Cobra brake booster because the B303 cam it's a fairly large cam or small cam, however you want to view it, but it created vacuum issues with my brakes. So I upgraded to a Cobra brake booster. And so now with the next build, which is a 363 stroker with a Anderson N70, no, scratch that. It's the Anderson N113, the 113 cam. So that's a fairly large cam. And so larger than the B303. And so with that is gonna come even more vacuum issues. So with that said, now I have to do Hydro Boost for the brakes, right? And then now I'm going to vintage air AC because all of that will be controlled by electronics. It will no longer be vacuum assist. So you won't have those blend door issues. If your vacuum gets really low, then your AC and everything, that blend door could be, say, stuck on defrost, because it defaults to defrost, okay? And then so with that said, you'll be driving around, your AC is blowing out the top by your windshield. You know what I mean? So to eliminate all that, vintage air AC kit for these Fox bodies is truly awesome because everything becomes electronic, no more vacuum assist. So that's a plus. With the Hydro Boost, I'll have basically perfect brakes again, right? Without that. So that's my reasoning. I'm going with the Holley 12.3 Pro Dash. So that eliminates, that cluster, the mechanical cluster. So now everything will be digital to go with the new ECU, which is the Terminator X. You know what I mean? So might as well go through it, make it all modern. And while that dash is off, then now you can modernize everything that you need to. With the wiring harness, well, now I can pull out the wires that I don't need anymore. I can make it look better, right? Even though no one's gonna see back there, I can see back there. So I wanted to know that things are laid out good and perfectly. I've double checked everything. Now, for instance, even though it's a low mile Foxbody Mustang, I had to change the dash anyway, because in one of my videos where I was actually trying to put the instrument cluster bezel back in, well, those two screws up by the windshield, someone had already broken the mounting points that they screw into. That's a very common break on Fox bodies, especially if the bezel's been removed before. So, yep, there it goes. It's broken. And so I was fortunate enough to be able to find a dash, matching color and everything, where those tabs were perfect. So that was another reason for me to take the dash out, because I want everything to be perfect. Perfect to my standards, because everybody's standards are different. So it's a relative term, okay? Am I still gonna be driving the Black Widow? Well, yes, it's gonna be a show car, but it's gonna be a drivable show car, one that you could maybe daily during the summer, hopefully, you know what I mean? So That's the whole point. So like I said, I wanted to take the time to explain why I'm tearing apart this perfectly good Foxbody that ran perfectly before. And note that with a 363 stroker, I'm going to be changing out the T5 to a TKX. That way, it'll be able to handle the power from the 363. And real quick, I just wanted to point out that, you know, I'm by no means rich, but I have a very supporting family. You know, like my wife is very understanding. I have a daughter that, you know, does my editing and films for me. So yeah, I have support, which to me, support is more important than money in some respects, right? You know, because I can get parts, you know, here and there. It's just me working, you know, spending my hard-earned money on this Foxbody, trying to get it straight. So that's my incentive to keep going. And so I hope you guys are motivated by watching the channel and know that you can do it too. Your car may be on jack stands a little longer, and that's okay. I know we do a lot of hating on jack stands, this, that, and the other, but that hate on jack stands is mainly to get you motivated to get out there and work on your car. Now, if you're working on your car and your car is on jack stands, say for a year, but you're actively out there almost every day doing something to it, well, you have a reason for it to be on jack stands. Everybody can respect that. So, all right, guys, I hope that explains everything and answers all your questions, and hope you guys continue to support and to follow the channel. And I appreciate the questions because it gives me time to explain. Questions rather than judgments is always appreciated. And as we always say, we don't whine, we just grind all the time.